see in Restream window on the
Yeah.
right side, there's like chat. You can just chat through there with everybody.
Okay.
It's a little bit lagged compared to um the chat overlay. No, I'm not gonna overlay it. It's a little bit lag compared to the YouTube chat, but yeah, I've been using it. I think I actually might open the YouTube chat this time and just to see how it goes,
Sure.
how it
You
is.
take the lead. This is your channel, Carolyn.
Yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then so yeah, so that's just we are live already. That we got
Oh,
a few
right.
people watching.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Nice.
Yeah,
Welcome.
I'm gonna open up the YouTube chat just because there is a lag. Hi Brian, hi Jade, hi Fee, hi RA Capel, hi Blackhawk, Anonymous, R Chrome, Charles M, Melio. Okay,
Wow,
now I
you have
can't.
your own hashtag, Carolyn. Look at
I
that.
do.
Doodle Nation? Did somebody just hashtag you?
Yeah, Blackhawk, did you make that
Okay.
up? I didn't make that up, but several people have been saying it in the comment section, and now it's like more than one person keeps saying it. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep that.
Doodle
I
Nation. I
don't
like that. That's
I
strong.
know, right? Isn't that cute? Isn't that
Yeah.
wonderful? I would not have thought of something so. Oh, let me turn on my little light. There we
Yeah,
go.
mine would be
So
lame for sure. I should, okay, note to self, I'll have to hire Blackhawk if I ever need some social media support.
yes. Oh, Blackhawk's been here for a while. Hi, John, Eldon, Donna Main. Oh my gosh, Donna Main. I think I remember Donna Main submitting a question when I had like a 50 subscribers
All
Q&A or 500 subscribers.
right.
Yeah, Donna Main, he's been here a long time. Dennis, Fee, Harmarsh. Um, oh, great. So I just want to, what I also want to do right now, I'm just going to check through. Okay, I've got my moderators. I've got Anonymous. I've got Harmarsh. Great. I like to, actually, you know what? Where's Blackhawk? Blackhawk, I'm going to make you a moderator too. Oh, wait, it's not going to let me. Oh man. I like to do moderators, especially when I just have one person, because I can't always keep up with the chat while I'm talking to like you.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
fair.
sometimes I will get trolls, even in live streams.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Wow.
know.
Okay.
So Harmarsh came through and silenced a troll for me the other day that I missed the last live stream.
Well, I mean, I take it as a compliment if they're joining the live stream.
I know, right? Harmarsh have been using Doodle Nation. I know. I wonder, like, who started it? See, Ari Capel, another one. Hello, old man zombie. Okay. Side chat, main chat. I mean, uh, I am since we've got Megan Kaptein here. Previously
Nailed it.
model, now adventure rider. Wait, what'd you say?
You nailed the name. You got it.
Kaptein? Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, I've heard you say your name in your videos, not Captain or whatever.
Yeah. I'll answer
um,
you all, but you got it right. So thanks for that.
great. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna get started with an intro for you of you, and then I'll let you give your own intro
Oh,
too.
all right.
Uh, so everybody, thank you so much for being here. Megan is she used to be a model and now she is an adventure rider. And I just started watching her videos. She started on YouTube fairly recently and she's doing amazingly. She's been posting trips of her traveling around the world on her motorcycle and
Yeah.
going camping with her CB500X. She lives up in Canada and she makes beautiful videos and yeah, she's a lot of fun to watch. So I just started commenting on her videos and I think she started commenting back and I think that's how we became
Yeah.
online buds. Uh and yeah, I wanted to bring her on here because I know if you all like my channel, Megan Kaptein is like she and we have got some similarities and things in common and she's even cooler, so I thought you all would love to meet her too. And okay, Megan, how about why don't you tell YouTube a little bit about yourself and
Thanks,
yeah.
Carolyn. I mean, that was very flattering. And I did not come prepared for a bio, but it is weird to hear you refer to me as former model. That feels like a lifetime ago. But that was one of my many career hats that I've worn over the years.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think you pretty accurately described my motorcycle vlog. Yeah, I've been doing it for couple years now, and so relatively new to the scene. And you're right. Yeah, you started commenting on some of my videos. You were so welcoming to me when I first started. I think one of my earlier videos you had
Oh.
commented, and I was just like, wow, there's this whole community, this whole subculture of motorcycle YouTubers and social media influencers
Yes.
and whatnot. And you guys have been
Mm-hmm.
amazing, and it's been so fun
Aw.
just kind of brought into the fold of
Aw.
YouTubers. And yeah, and I agree. I think we have a lot in common. And yeah, I think if we lived in the same country or the same state, we'd probably be riding together quite a bit.
Oh, definitely. I'd be hitting you up, being like, "What are you doing today? What about tomorrow? What about this weekend? You want to go to
Totally.
the mountains?"
Totally. Yeah, we do have a border and a global pandemic separating us,
Yeah.
so a little challenging right now, but definitely
Yeah.
something to look forward to in the future.
Mhm. Yeah. So, Megan, I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for
And,
having
of course. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start off with, because I posted on Instagram and in YouTube community, for people to bring in some questions for you.
All
Um,
right.
so main chat, I'm calling y'all main chat because Fee, one of the guys in here, every time I say side chat, he's like, "Don't you mean main chat?" I'm like, "That's hilarious. I'm gonna keep that."
How many chats are there? Just one
Just
or
one, just the
oh,
one, just the one. Yeah,
only?
this one that you're seeing, if you're in the restream thing, that one, it's the same as the one in YouTube. It's just, I think there's a little bit of a lag, between this one,
Yeah,
and the YouTube one, but it does simplify things to just have one screen open. Um,
I think so.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, everybody. So I'm gonna start asking Megan questions that I collected from the post today,
All right.
and then at the end of the live stream. So, oh, I didn't even ask you. Is an hour okay for the
Oh
live
yeah, that
stream?
sounds good. Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
great.
Good.
So, like in let's see, it's 8:10 p.m. Eastern right now. So at like 8:45 Eastern, I'm gonna open it up to main chat questions. Unless someone sends a super chat, then we'll drop everything for your question. All right, so I'm gonna get started with the questions people have for you. Are you ready?
Ooh, all right, let's do it. I hope you guys don't grill me too
Okay.
hard. I'm a little nervous.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the YouTube community questions. John
Okay.
Court asked, uh, did she ever do a screen test for Batgirl? It was during her Gotham
No.
City video. I remember that episode.
No, no, I did not.
Mhm.
I did not. I never even got an audition request, so disappointing, but
Aw.
maybe in the future. Thanks for the question, John.
They don't know what they're missing.
They don't.
Let's see the next one. Black Hawk, who's in the chat too,
Right.
asked, which do you prefer, trail riding or riding on mountains? Roads like Doodle.
Riding on mountains, like as in paved roads through mountains, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah,
Like mountain curves.
that's a good
Yes.
question. I'm not an experienced off-roader, so I think that your description of me being an adventure rider is somewhat inaccurate.
Mm,
I like to have adventures. I think anyone who has adventures is an adventure rider, but
yeah.
in terms of a traditional kind of view of what an adventure rider is, I
Mhm,
haven't done a ton of off-roading. I've done some
mhm,
inadvertent off-roading, but I
mhm.
love it, but I'm totally inexperienced and I need to get my skills up. So I would
Me
say from a
too.
comfort perspective, probably mountain riding on paved roads, but I
Mhm,
really
mhm.
want to learn. That's one of my biggest goals in my riding career is to become a competent off-roader.
Ooh, yes. Me too. I'm
Yeah.
trying, but I'm not there yet. Not at
But
the
you're well on
competent
your
part
way.
yet.
You've taken some courses recently, I saw.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I'm trying. All right. Stuart VE asked, what is your favorite road to ride in Canada and what time of year?
Ooh, good question. Good question. I haven't really done much riding in Canada outside of my home province of British Columbia, which is huge. Geographically, it's massive. So the best riding I've done around Canada is in the region we have called the Kootenays, which, in my opinion, is the best riding in BC for paved roads anyway.
Hmm.
And that's sort of eastern British Columbia towards the Alberta border. And there's so many amazing highways around there. Highway 6A, 31, and 3A, I think, are all three amazing highways. You can also check out my Kootenai series on my YouTube channel if you want to find out more about those highways.
Nice. You remember them all by name. All your
They
favorites.
are memorable. They are, yeah, once you ride them, you'll understand why. And you should definitely come join me sometime, Doodle. I would love to show you those roads.
That would be awesome. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then the next question is also my question about when I could join you.
Woo, yeah.
That was what did he ask? And
Oh,
Stuart V also asked, and what time of year like
yeah,
good
that's a good
for
question.
riding?
I mean, so as probably most of you guys know, Canada does tend to get fairly cold, but BC, where I live, is the most mild part of Canada. But even then, riding is usually not great in the winter. So I would say end of spring or late summer is usually the best time. If you go in the middle of the summer, we do have, you guys might have heard about the forest fires that we often
Oh.
get. Yeah. So middle of
Mhm.
summer can be it can be sort of hit or miss with the weather because if you get forest fires and smog and stuff, it can be really not a fun time to ride. So I'd say late summer is usually pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you start going too late into the year, like fall and winter, it can get a little cold and icy and dangerous. So yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So do you put your bike up, like, do you winterize it, seasonally?
No, so actually I do ride year round. Vancouver, where I
Oh,
live, it is generally pretty mild enough you can ride year round. It's not always
wow.
pleasant. It does get to be about sometimes like it will hit freezing, so I don't ride when it's that cold. If it's snowing, I generally try not to ride because it's pretty dangerous. But yeah, for commuting around town and stuff, I do ride year round. But in terms of touring, it just gets so cold if you're on the highway and it's, and also once you get outside of Vancouver, if you go towards the areas that I described, they get a lot more snow. So it's just not really a safe or fun kind of experience.
Oh, no. You have heated gear, I'm sure?
Oh yeah, I have. Well, I don't have heated grips, which is crazy because I should.
Mm.
I haven't bothered to set those up, but I have a heated vest. I actually recently had a sponsor some of my YouTube content. They're called Evil, and
Mm.
they sent me a heated vest, and it's divine. I'm telling you, you need to get one,
Ooh.
Carolyn. It's amazing. It's just so nice. It heats on and off the bike, so it
Mhm.
plugs into the battery on your bike, but it also has an
Uh-huh.
external battery, and it changed my.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, and I'm not just saying this because they sponsored me. It is bomb. The vest is amazing. I wear it like just around town and it's, yeah, I wear it hiking and stuff. It's amazing. So
Ooh.
yeah,
Do
that's
you
kind of
have a Is it
sorry.
linked on your channel, your Instagram, or anywhere?
It's not an affiliate link or anything, but
Oh,
you can just check it out, ewol.com.
okay.
And yeah, I'm not getting paid to tell
Ye
you this. I just genuinely believe in the product. It's amazing. So yeah,
Cool. I need
just
a new heated vest because yeah, the
yeah.
the one I got on, Amazon is really thick, and, yeah, it's just so uncomfortable while riding. I'm like I feel like a marshmallow.
Yeah, I've gone
Yeah.
through a few, to be honest. I've tried a few different ones and they've been fine, but the Ewell one is like pretty nicely designed and everything. So it's
Ooh.
actually like it doesn't look like a piece of technical gear, which is nice, but yeah. Anyway.
How do you
And
spell that? Oh, I think I see
Ewell,
it.
yeah.
Ewool.com.
Yeah, it's like
Like
electrical. EWOL. It's a Canadian company too, so
oh, good. Those look thin, like a thin material.
yeah,
Thank
they're really nice. I'm telling you, they're amazing. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Canadian company. Okay, I won't make that purchase right now while we're on the live stream. I'll do that after this. Um,
Oh, you're
okay.
getting speaking of somebody's teasing you heated in Georgia. Yeah, how cold does it get there? Does it get does it
It
get
gets
cold?
cold enough for heated gear.
Yeah.
It
I,
gets
I wear it year round. I'm a pansy, so I get the cold.
I'll wear it under as long let's see, 55 Fahrenheit to I'm gonna see what that is.
Yeah.
55 Fahrenheit or 12 degrees Celsius is about my when I start to need heated gear.
12 degrees Celsius. Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wear it even in like if you're on the bike, even at like 15 can get a little chilly. And it's nice because then I would rather wear a heated vest than have like 3 layers or something because they can just turn
Yes.
it off and on. So anyway,
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I like doing that. I like doing a mesh jacket with a
yeah,
waterproof liner and a
yep,
heated vest. Because then you
totally.
can do the freezing mornings and then sometimes in the daytime, at least down here, it'll be like 20, 30 degrees difference, and then I can do
Oh,
that
yeah.
easily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get the temperature extremes here too. I mean, that's the thing about with
Mm.
BC. We get a lot of rain for one. I don't know if you're familiar. We're notorious for getting a lot of rain here in Vancouver, but
Oh.
it does the temperatures can really range. And so yeah,
Mm.
I'm all about the just having that option to go from the cold to the hot. But we don't
Mm.
typically get the kind of heat that you guys get, I think.
Mm.
I mean, I don't know if you heard, but we did hit some record extreme heats this summer, but that's
Mm. But that's what?
very unusual for Vancouver.
Oh.
Hmm.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Um, okay. The last question on the YouTube community tab, and then I'll move to the Instagram.
All right.
And I saw some people in the main chat have been asking questions, so I've been taking
Okay.
screenshots and
Okay.
trying
Nice.
to not lose them. Uh, so Anthony Troyd asked, "Do you
Okay.
ride much on the island or prefer the mainland?"
Oh, good question. I don't ride as often as I would like on the island. I've definitely gone quite a number of times. I have quite a few friends on the island, and I've done a fair few trips there. But our ferries are really expensive, actually. I think it costs about 100 round trip to take a trip to the island, which is kind of nuts. So
Oh.
it's really expensive. So it's not something you necessarily just do for like a day. I certainly don't anyway. But I think if it wasn't for that cost, I'd probably go a lot more frequently, but it kind of adds up. But yeah, so I definitely do more mainland riding because you can just go for like a day, and there's so much good
Mhm.
riding around here as well. So
Mm.
yeah, but the island's a
What's
phenomenal place to ride. So yeah.
oh, what's the difference in the terrain between the two riding?
Pretty similar, I would say. I think if you're into off-roading, there's tons of great off-roading options on the island.
Mm.
But again, I haven't really explored to the extent that I would like. But I think it's off-road paradise there. But in terms of like the highway conditions and the type of riding, I think it's somewhat similar. A little less traffic on the island, and it's a little bit more. The island seems to have more riders. Like there's more of a culture of riding there, from what I observed. So yeah, I think you definitely, if you're doing the biker wave, you see a lot of bikers like just going down the highway. You'll
Mm.
be nonstop.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
fun.
cool. What's your biker wave? Do you do this or do you like wait go down or do you
Oh
do
man. Yeah, I'm pretty nerdy. I'm usually like doing something really nerdy. Like I always see these
Yeah.
people that just they're so suave with their biker waves, and I'm like,
I
I never look
know.
like that. I'm just usually like the enthusiastic biker wave. What about you? What's your style?
I'll do this one down there. And
Oh, you
then
are the suave biker, the biker chick.
I
Yeah.
am. But so this week I was on my first road trip ever on a Harley. And,
Right.
I've never ridden a Harley on the street, let alone a big cruiser
Oh,
bagger.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it was the first 800 miles was so awkward. I was like, "Oh, I hope I don't drop this." But then
800
after
miles was awkward. That's a long time to be on
I
in a.
know it, maybe I'm a slow learner, I don't
Oh,
know.
that's all right.
But
It's
I
yeah.
at first, but then after that, I was, like, really comfortable with it. And, but
That's awesome.
have you ever heard, some people I wonder if Canadians say this too, I don't know.
Hmm.
But people in the US, some say that Harley riders don't wave. I don't know if you've ever heard
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's sort of a thing here too. I
idea.
mean, it can be, and it definitely depends. I think it really depends on where you go. Like regionally, I
Mhm.
find when you're on the island, for instance, or when you're up northern BC or in like more rural areas, people tend to just kind of wave to whoever is on a bike. And I usually just wave to whoever, and I'm an enthusiastic waver, like I mentioned. So, but
Yes.
there's that bit of that reputation, and also sometimes sport bikers have that reputation as well, but I don't
Yeah.
know. It really
I
depends.
didn't Yeah, and, but so I was on a Harley, so I was like, "I
Yeah.
am going to squash this
Break
theory."
that.
So
Yeah.
I waved at every
Hey.
motorcyclist, moped, funny looking vehicle, and I didn't do the suave wave, I did a
Yes.
wave. I'm like,
Nice.
"Remember me. I'm on a big red Harley bagger."
I saw it. Yeah, I saw on your Instagram. That looked awesome. So did you eventually
Oh
get
my
used to
gosh.
it? At some point, did you kind of
Yes.
warm up to it? Yeah.
I did. So I
Yeah.
made myself when I first picked it up, because usually I ride mid-level naked bikes. So
Mhm.
all the controls,
Mhm.
the weight, everything's different.
Yeah, it's very
So I
different.
made myself just practice in a parking lot for like a couple
Yeah.
hours. And then but yeah, it was still kind of awkward the first 3 days. And but
Mhm.
total the whole trip was 6 days, 2,000 miles. And so the first 3 days, 800 miles. That's
Wow.
when I first started to feel I was like still like, but I mean, nothing bad happened. I didn't drop it.
Yay!
I didn't need to ask a stranger to help me move it. I was
Hey.
able to move it out of parking spots or duck
Okay.
walk it if I needed to, or just be careful when I parked it. And yeah, I had a lot of unplanned practice with it in bumper to bumper miserable traffic.
Oh, so you learned some good clutch control on the bike then?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
good for you.
Traffic is traffic is miserable, but it's a great way to get used to the weight of a bike.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of experience with really big bikes. I did ride a Harley once for a very brief time. I was on
Mhm.
a road trip up north with a couple friends, and one of them was on a Harley, and they were like, "Hey, Megan, you got to try this. You got to try the Harley." Because I just had a thing. It was sort of cruisers in general. I just felt like this wasn't what I was used to. The riding position so
Yeah.
so they were like, "Just
Mhm.
try it." And I was like, "I don't know." I had one bad experience when I was learning to ride when I was really like many years ago. My dad had a cruiser and I was
Mhm.
in the parking lot. It was way too big for me and I dropped it at low speed and since then I always had this sort of thing about I didn't want to try these big bikes, so my friends forced me to. For the first few kilometers, I was just like, "Oh, this is so weird." And then after a while, I was like, "This is awesome!" And at one point, I like scraped the pegs, and I thought that was a sign of me being a really good rider. No, but apparently
Yes.
it doesn't necessarily mean.
Oh.
I thought if you scraped the peg, it meant you were really like, you know. But I don't think that's actually necessarily a good sign. I think it actually might mean that it was poor technique. But anyway, I'm just gonna go with it. Apparently, my friend saw sparks, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Ooh, I think
I,
that's cool. I don't know. You hear mixed things on that. I hear some people say it's poor skill, and some people say
yeah,
it's that is what you need to do if you want to lean it. You better scrape the floorboards.
yeah, I
So
don't know. Maybe somebody
whatever.
could weigh in on that later because I'm not really sure. But it
Yeah.
was fun though, nonetheless. That was the only
Cool.
in a
You
Harley.
leaned
So
it. That means
yeah,
that's what
I
that means.
apparently
You
apparently.
did. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Uh oh, Ricky Nasso Martin. Yes, I have an Indian Challenger lined up for me for my third
Ooh,
road trip.
all
Uh,
right,
yeah,
amazing.
so I I never would have gotten on baggers, but I just dropped the ball in these road trip plannings, and all I could get were baggers. And now after riding
Oh.
one, I'm like, that was wonderful. I'm ready for the next one.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
bikes are
then
bikes at the end of the day. You know, we
yeah,
spend so much time trying to categorize and, but at the end of the day, a motorcycle is a motorcycle, and
yeah,
I can
better
have
than
fun.
two wheels than
100%.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100
yeah. I yeah. Okay, so I was about to keep talking about, but I was like, no, no, no. This is a live stream to talk about Megan. So we'll say
No,
that for
but
later.
I want to get to know you too, so I hopefully it goes
Oh,
both ways,
thank you.
but
Okay. Okay, we can save it. But then now I'm going to the Instagram questions, and
Hey.
I think Aviator PDX. I get it. Yeah, he wrote AV the number 8 TER. Clever.
Ooh, okay, I see what
Aviator
you're doing there.
PDX. Uh-huh. Asked, what is her favorite navigation app?
Hmm. I am a simple woman. I'm all about Google.
Yeah.
I know it's not I know there are so many better apps out there, but it's Google has been my friend except for the time that it nearly killed me. So, Google's usually been pretty solid. I kind of preload the app. I don't know, do you guys all know that? I think you
No.
can like preload the map. Like while you have data, you can preload and then you can save the map so that when you're offline, if you're in an area where there's no reception, which we get a lot in BC, then
Mm.
if you preloaded the area you're going to ride, then the Google map still works.
Oh.
So yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I think it does the job for me for the most part. The only thing is sometimes my issue with Google is that sometimes it doesn't know how to differentiate between like fire roads, forest road kind of thing, and regular roads.
Oh.
So that was what let
Oh.
me into trouble one time. But aside from that, that is the only app I've really used. But hey, if people have recommendations, I'm open. I'm always open to learn and improve. So, what about you? Do you have any good ones that you use?
Me, I also just use Google Map. I haven't explored any others. I've had a couple people tell me of some others, but I was too lazy to go for the learning curve, so I
Yeah,
just used Google Maps.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you're doing really hardcore off-road stuff, there are these like GPS kind of things, apps and stuff you can use. But again, I haven't done that yet. But I think if I'm really gonna venture off-road and into more hardcore stuff, then I would for sure look at getting like I think a Spot or something like that.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
You're
I'm getting
on
a little chat. Doodle Street
what?
Triple has more than double the power of CBR 500. I don't have a CBR, but it's the same engine. But I'm getting heckled. But it's all
Joseph,
right. It's
why are you
okay.
being rude?
I can accept my bike isn't the most powerful out there, but
You know what? I actually really wanted a Honda CB500X for these road trips, but
oh
again, me dropping the ball, they were like, "Sorry, we got nothing with the 10-day notice you're giving us." But
yeah.
yeah, because that's what Amanda Zitto rides too. Rode
Yeah,
when
she
when she
does.
stopped. Mhm.
Yeah, she sure does. And she's a big fan as well. I mean, people love that bike, and I definitely understand why. It's a really solid kind of the Honda Civic of motorcycles.
Yes. You
Yeah.
still have it, right?
Yeah, sure do. Yeah, 30,000.
Ooh,
So yeah.
wow.
It's my
Sweet.
daily commuter. It's
It's
my
your
like
what?
workhorse, my daily commuter, my workhorse.
Oh.
My only like I
Okay.
don't have a car, so I only ride bikes, so a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah, I remember saying that in your review for the Honda CB500X.
Yeah.
That's actually, I think, how I found your content was your review on the Honda CB500X,
Yeah.
which I wasn't
Embarrassingly,
actually embarrassingly?
I was gonna say it's my most famous video, but anyway, and it shouldn't be because it's not my best video, but
Isn't that funny how that works?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even looking for a Honda CB, but YouTube showed it to me and I saw a girl buy a CB5. I'm like, "Oh, another girl." So I clicked on it and I
Yeah.
watched the entire thing and then I started watching other
Oh,
videos from there.
thanks. Well, thanks. That's one of my earliest videos, so I think that was my second video I posted. So you've been with me from the
Wow.
start. I appreciate
Oh, I feel so
that.
special. All right. AOA on Instagram asked, "Money no object. What's your dream bike?"
That is a good question. Money no ob I mean, money no object, I'm gonna get more than one bike, honey. Let me tell you,
Yes.
there's gonna be a
Oh,
whole fleet,
yes.
okay,
This is
if
your
I have
dream. No
yeah.
limitations. Tell
Like,
us.
you
Tell
need
us
one
all.
for every like, at least 5 bikes, am I right? At least
What?
5.
At
At
least
least
5?
5. Yeah, like,
I don't know.
you need
Maybe.
a one solid off-road bike, you need one commuter, you need one sport bike, you need, like, a I don't know, you need, like I need a good, like, well-rounded touring bike. I need one, like, classic, just like a showroom kind of bike. So,
Yeah.
yeah, at least 5, but I would say if I really had to pick one, right now I'm kind of leaning towards the Tenere 700, but,
Ooh.
yeah, but again, if I get that, then I have to commit to improving my off-road skills because right
Mm.
now I think it's a bit, like, too much bike for me off-road, so
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's a great question. I'm really indecisive. I just want all the bikes. I know
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I know you understand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I mean, that's what's so great about, like, posting videos online because then you can borrow
Mhm.
so many bikes. So that has really helped my itch and,
Yeah.
that itch. I mean, I have a tiny garage, like and it's already pretty packed with our 2 cars and 1
Yeah.
bike.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we made it work when I had, like, 2 other bikes and by accident 1 month I had, like, 3 bikes overlapping, like, did a little Tetris. But, um but yeah, I rather not have multiple bikes in that specific garage. So, yeah, being a content creator has helped, like, because then
Yeah.
I can still ride many others, so that's been
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good point. I think money, no object. Now I'm just gonna go off on a tangent here.
Oh,
Money, no object,
yes,
I
yes.
think I would probably just be like traveling a lot and just different bikes, different environments. Because of course it really depends where you go. I mean, as you know, I've ridden quite a bit in like Southeast Asia, and you wouldn't
Mhm.
necessarily want a big bike there. I certainly wouldn't. Like it was
Mm.
nice.
Oh,
I rode like
no.
a little Honda. Oh,
Yes,
what was that
with all
called?
the
It's like
traffic
a
there. Oh, yeah.
150 around Vietnam, and it was perfect. I mean, even that was like some
Mm.
of the terrain was just like insane. It was just nuts.
Oh.
So, and
Mhm.
it's perfect for that. So I think it really does depend. But here in Vancouver, if I was only to be positioned here, then yeah, I like a kind of a all around type of bike. But yeah, I mean, money no object. Yeah, you're gonna find me traveling and riding all the bikes, all the places.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay, I think that's it for the Instagram, but
Hey.
I saved oh, no, I'm wrong.
Nope.
Bale Scott asked, normal clutch or DCT on your Honda? Do you think one is better than the other?
Never DCT. Guys, come on. Come on, really?
DCT, what?
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what that
I
is.
feel
What
like
is that?
it's like the automatic. It's like it's not like a manual clutch.
Oh,
Yeah. So
no. So automatic? Oh, no.
there's no clutch. It's just like an automatic. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, no. I mean, for me, the fun is definitely that's part of the experience for me. Although I don't know, a lot of people that I greatly respect speak really highly about DCT. So I feel like I don't know, maybe I need to give it an actual try to see. But my only experience riding DCT was in a parking lot on a Honda Goldwing for about 10 meters. I was in a commercial years ago for Honda Goldwing. I was like a stunt rider, if you will. And like
Cool.
I just went back and forth like 10 meters or so in a parking lot on the brand new Goldwing. I was one of the first people in the world to ride the Honda Goldwing, the new one that came out in 2018. Yeah, I just
Cool.
wanted to brag about that for a second. But anyway, the point is, okay, the DCT, it just felt so weird. It was just like, it was just weird. You know, you have muscle memory and then and it
And you
just
don't have
felt
to do
so
it.
bizarre to me. But mind you, I don't think a parking lot really counts. And I guess it's, yeah, I could see the appeal maybe, but for some people, but I just like standard clutch.
Yeah. I'd be interested just to try it, but I think I'd like to
Yeah.
keep the clutch.
I think
Just
so.
to
You should do a video about that. I think that would be a good topic actually. Maybe like a DCT versus manual. I don't know what you guys think in the chat. Should Doodle do a video about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'll just have to see if I can find a DCT bike, a bike with DCT.
Yeah. Yeah. They're becoming more common these days, it seems. But yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go with the screenshots I saved from the main chat.
Okay, main chat.
Questions.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
so hopefully those of you that asked the questions earlier and I took a screenshot, you're still here because your question is about to be answered.
Woo! Right.
Oh, and I meant to say earlier, I didn't want to, I forgot, I didn't want to interrupt. So Blue Ghost, I think it was, sent a super chat. Thank you, Blue Ghost.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. So thanks.
Super chat. They just like, basically it's like, they just send money. They sent, like in the, yeah, you just send.
Supporting the content creators.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right.
Yeah, he didn't ask a question though. So I don't have a question from him, but he did send that, so I wanted to
for supporting Carolyn's work and who then supports my work. So it's all one big family.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so the questions from the chat. Oh wait, you know what? Let me do this. So now that we're halfway through the live stream, I want to take a quick second, acknowledge the chat, say hello, and yeah, I think I want to do that. What do you say?
Let's do that. Yeah, I'm all for that. Let's do it.
So let's just go through. We'll say hi, Joseph and Sonics, R.A. Capel, Corey, Fee, Dinah Guy Greg, Half Bald Bandit, Blackhawk Ski Bum, Canadian Video Gamer. Thank you all for being here. Yes. And if anyone popped in a little late, Megan Kaptein is a I call her adventure rider, but she's saying she doesn't have a lot of off-road, but she's an adventure rider in the sense that she's traveled around the world. She doesn't have a car. She travels year-round in Canada. Yeah. She goes moto camping with her Honda CB500X. She was a former model. She's got great videos, and she's really cool to watch. And
thank you.
So that's why she's here. So yeah, I knew you all would like her too. So that's why she's here.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, I'm really honored that you guys came and tuned in, and it's so cool. This is my very first time doing this, so I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I've never done a live stream before, so.
Ooh, good. We're your first.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
All 150 plus of us.
Right on. Wow, amazing. Yes, guys.
So JP asked, scariest accident or story?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, luckily I haven't been in any serious accidents yet.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really thankful for that. Me too. I cannot say some of my friends have been in some pretty horrible accidents, and But I have not yet, and I hope to
Mhm,
keep it that way. But I've definitely been
mhm,
on some small ones. The most
mhm.
significant, which really wasn't even that significant, was when I was in Vietnam. Speaking of my off road on that little 150, the roads were pretty gnarly, and as I mentioned, I'm not super experienced with off-roading, so I was starting to get a little confident. I was up on the pegs, and I was like, okay, I got this. And then I got a little freaked out. Something happened, and I think I don't even know what happened so fast. It just kind of like, I think I like touched the front brake, and like I don't know, I just lost control, and it was on like it wasn't like a terrible. I was wearing full gear, so it wasn't terrible, but my legs were
Oh,
pretty
good.
badly bruised, like for like
Oh.
months after, even with the gear, like my
Oh,
shins.
wow.
And I wasn't wearing proper boots. I was wearing hiking boots, and my boots like flew off, and I kind of chopped up one of my feet a little bit, and it wasn't super pretty. It could have been worse, but that was my worst accident. Like no serious injuries though, but it
Mhm.
definitely made me realize like, I was going pretty slow off road, and even then it was fairly substantial in terms of the pain. And yeah, and then I got up and I
Mhm.
did it again. I actually did record my second crash, which was far less significant, but I did have the GoPro running the second time, which was like, it was much more minor, but um yeah, I was like, at least if I'm going to crash, I would hope that it would make for like a good YouTube video or something,
I know, right?
of course, the camera wasn't on, so the first time, but
Aw.
luckily that was the worst accident that I've ever had.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, I'm glad to.
yeah. Knock on wood,
Mm,
that'll continue to be the case.
yeah,
No,
definitely. I'm a big safety. I'm
accidents.
definitely all for safety. So I've lost
Me
some friends,
too.
and it's I'm
Mhm. I
definitely
know,
like,
it's
ride
not.
safe, everyone. It's just, yeah,
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 yeah. Don't we wanna be little old ladies and men still riding our
totally,
motorcycles.
totally.
Yeah.
Like, what's her name? Gloria Steinfeld? Her, I mentioned her
Yes.
in one of my videos. Like, oh, I want to be like her one day.
Yes,
She's so
I
great.
I just saw someone post that. Maybe it was on your Instagram when I was
I
looking for a
posted one
picture.
on one of my videos, and I'm sorry, I've totally forgotten her last name, but she's little Gloria. She's like in her 90s, I believe, and she's still riding.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
I I must have seen it on did you post it on your Instagram too, I wonder?
I don't think I
Mm.
posted. I think I might have mentioned her name. I didn't post her picture because I didn't have permission to like post her image.
Oh,
Like when I
uh-huh.
posted yours and all the other ladies, I asked first to make sure. I'm like
Mm,
all about like giving proper credit and stuff. So
yeah.
I had really reached out to her family to see if I could repost. So I didn't post her picture, but I did post
Mm.
her. Yeah, I had posted, like, I had mentioned her name. Yeah.
Oh, well, now I don't know where I saw it 'cause I just saw that recently, someone a picture of her,
I mean, she's been
and
in
now
a
I'm not
lot
sure.
of
Oh, well.
articles and stuff over the years too. I mean, she's quite
Mhm.
a legend in the motorcycle scene. So I feel
Yeah,
like, you've probably seen it in International Female Ride Day and whatnot. She gets a lot of, she rightly so, she gets a lot of street cred.
yeah, seriously. Um, just saw someone was posting about, yeah, shade tree surgeon's niece, Shay Lisi got in a
Oh,
dirt bike accident, a pretty
yeah.
bad one. She's got a
Oh, oh,
black eye and a concussion, and
oh
yeah,
man. I'm sorry to
I
hear
actually
that.
I know. She's okay though, like, but yeah, she did have to go to hospital, and, I was watching that video earlier today, but I had to pause it, so it's currently in one of my 30
Mm,
tabs open.
right.
Um, yeah.
30 tabs sounds like my life too. It's a big
Yeah, all
metaphor for my
time.
life. 30 tabs open.
Mhm. Seriously. Uh, next question, R.A. Capel asked, "How's your road trip going?" I guess that was me. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
back,
great.
R.A. Capel. I'm back from
Yeah.
the road
Welcome
trip.
back.
It's going good, and I'm going on number 2, leaving this weekend.
Right on.
Um, Old Man Zombie asked, uh, "Miss Kaptein, how hard was the transition from modeling ADV, and was there any stereotypes that you encountered?"
Oh, interesting. Well, actually, I don't know if you know. I had previously published a video. I've since unpublished it because I decided it wasn't, I don't know. I think I want to retell the story, but basically how I started riding. And I can really
Mhm,
thank my modeling career for
mhm,
having introduced me indirectly to the world of motorcycling. Because when like years ago, over a decade ago, I was modeling in the Philippines. I had a friend, a Filipina model, who had invited me to join her on a trip to the Philippines. And I was like, sure, why not? So I went with her, and I did a little bit of modeling there. And um, during that trip, I ended up visiting my uncle who was living in the Philippines at the time, and he has been a big biker his whole life, and like he's like a true adventure rider, if you will. Like he's not like he's been riding since like he was 18. He took off to Alaska, and like just he's just an amazing human being and an incredible adventure rider. But yeah, so he and I went all around the Philippines on a motorcycle, and it was just I mean, when you're on a motorcycle, you're just like anybody else, and it wasn't like I don't know, there wasn't really much of a transition. It felt to me just like the most natural thing in the world to get on the bike. And I think from that moment, it was like I was hooked. Like as soon as I got on the bike. Oof.
Had you ridden before that?
No, I was on his bike. I was pillion at that time.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I was a passenger. Yeah. To clarify, I don't recommend going to Southeast Asia and starting your riding career, but yeah, I got on the back of his, and it was just like I just loved it, and I just loved being on the bike. And then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my license, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna live like this. And that's exactly what I did. And so, but to answer the question about the transition, I mean, I don't know. I think even while I was modeling, I was riding like simultaneously. Like for me, it's sort of, I'm a multifaceted person, as you are, as we all are. I don't really feel it's like one or the other. I didn't, but I mean, I do think, it does break some stereotypes sometimes. But I think generally speaking, I found people to be pretty supportive of, I don't know. I think this is like the 21st century. People are pretty supportive of women being multifaceted and doing different things and having hobbies. And so I didn't really find there was any sort of disconnect there or any kind of criticism or anything. I mean, sometimes people are lame. Every so often people say stupid things, but I'd say for the most part, and anyone that I care about, anyone whose opinion that I value is like fully supportive of my lifestyle choices. And yeah, so I've been pretty lucky about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's I think, I mean, I don't know. I think we maybe get even more excitement just because we are women who ride. Yeah, because I think it is less of girls shouldn't do that and more of cool girls doing that.
Yeah, totally.
And I'm sure it'll even out. Maybe next generation where it'll just be like normal, and just less interesting for girls to be riding, just more normal, just like women driving cars or boating. It's like
I think so. I mean, if you look at the growth rate of females riding, it's just growing exponentially at a much faster rate. And I think like in so many other things, it's just, I think eventually I would say though, I mean, I've had some conversations with people about this, and I would say that biologically there is like women, we tend to have a little bit more self-preservation wired into our brains. I think there is something biologically there that often we are less inclined to take crazy risks. So there might, I mean, who knows? I don't know. I hope that it becomes totally equal, but I would be surprised if there's like still some sort of, maybe a little bit like it's men just generally gravitate towards a little bit more just because of the biological wiring. I don't know, but who knows? I'm not an expert in this. I hope I'm wrong, but I would love to see it like split 50-50 down in the future.
No, I think there's something to that. Like, just or at least maybe if guys are scared of riding, they're not going to tell me. But
they'll override that fear and just be like, do it anyway. Whereas women, our common sense is kind of like, maybe we shouldn't do that, and then we'll like listen to that more.
Or at least they'll just be silent about it. They won't say, "Oh, I'm scared doing that." But girls in my life have no problem saying, "Oh, aren't you scared?"
Totally.
Yeah. Maybe that's a part of it too. I don't know. Okay, so Stephen Evans asked, do you both feel the need to be glamorous when you ride?
Glamour. No. I don't, like 90% of the time I'm not a glamorous person, but at 10%, like there might be 10% I just feel like being glamorous just because I feel like being glamorous. And it's but rarely. I mean, rarely. I'm usually like I ride like every day almost. So it's and I definitely don't get glamorous every day. So but sometimes I just feel like it, but rarely. Just too much work.
Exactly. And hard to maintain if you are going for a ride and you're fully geared up.
hair is
Yeah,
getting
so it's
messed
just
up,
like
mascara smudged all over your face, right? So yeah, rarely. If
yeah,
you
so it's
watch
like
my videos, like I rarely wear makeup or anything, but I mean, once in a
Mhm.
while, you kind of just feel like it. So
Yeah, yeah. Every now and then.
yeah, totally.
Uh, so Rusty Allen asked, Megan, have you competed in any off-road events?
Ooh, no. No,
Off-road
events, no. But that
events.
I would really like to learn. I was really hoping to do that this summer. I didn't end up having the time for it, but I really wanted to take
Mm.
like a weekend course and do some off-road training. But hopefully by next year you guys can hold me accountable now that I put it out
Mhm.
there publicly.
There
Hopefully
you
by yeah,
go.
year I will have done my first off-road event.
Oh, nice. Um, and then Mikey Miller asked, so I'm curious what Canadians think about this because in America and especially in the South,
Mhm.
people are so pun intended gun ho about this. But Mikey Miller asked, Carolyn and Megan, did you girls get your carrying permit yet?
That's like a gun permit?
Uh huh. What do Canadians think about that? Is that
It's
like,
very uncommon here, like it's in
mhm.
general, but I think if you go to more rural areas, it's more common. I'll be honest, I looked into it last
No.
year after I had
Hmm.
a few encounters with wildlife. Well, like I was camping alone and I've had some like I had like a large animal charge at my tent once in the middle of the night. Like I was probably like a
Oh
it was
my
terrible,
gosh.
like terrifying. Like the hooves were like after that I went home and I started looking at it, but it's the rules are very I don't think it's hard to get licensed, or it's not that challenging to get licensed, but there's all these rules around like how you can't just walk around with like a firearm on you. There's like
Mhm.
rules about how it has to be locked up and everything. In the end it was like didn't really seem like it made much sense to for my purposes because of the rules. And I don't do a ton of that like lone wilderness stuff. Like I do occasionally, but those are kind of rare circumstances. So, I think bear spray and just like common sense and
Yes,
I
bear
not
spray.
traveling alone in those circumstances probably for me more of a better safety net. But I think it really
Mhm.
depends regionally on where you go, but it's definitely not nearly, I don't think, a thing as much as it is down in the States.
Yeah. Yeah, I have not. And a lot of people keep asking me like yet. Like
Mm.
I don't think I ever announced that I was going to. I'm not making that decision until I've done a lot more research on the topic. I'm not even sure if I want to do that. Uh really my hesitation is just the idea of killing someone terrifies me. Like
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, my
hate
buddy
that.
Alejo's there. Hi. Thanks for joining. Yeah, he had pointed out you cannot carry a handgun here in Canada. And that's what I had discovered too, that
Mm.
it's like I think you can have it like locked up in a safe somewhere. But it's like it's well then what's the point
Oh.
really if you're gonna be out
Yeah.
in the wilderness, protecting yourself from wildlife. But
Mhm.
um yeah.
9 mils on 2 wheels. I have 2 on me at all times. Hence the 9 mils I'm guessing. Um, okay, so Mark Bloom asked they didn't even say asked, he just said, "First gear makes really thin heated clothes." Oh, good to know. Ilya Kuryakin, Megan, have you ever had an accident where you were hurt? Oh, I guess you just answered that, didn't you?
Right. Yep.
Yes. Um, Fee, now that you mentioned her last name pronunciation, does she say Megan or Megan or just got
Oh.
used to it being said every way possible?
Yeah, I'm easygoing, like whatever you want, whatever your accent is. Megan is probably how I would say it, but
Mm.
some people say like Aussies call me Megan, and some people say
Oh.
Megan. So hey, I mean, whatever your accent is, I just appreciate the effort of you using my name. So thank you.
I get a lot of Carolines.
Yeah,
Well, my name's
yeah,
Carolyn, but yeah, I get a lot of Carolines.
yeah. I hear you.
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't think that's an accent one. I think that's just the name Carolyn's kinda pretty outdated. The only Carolyns I know are like over 60 years old. And so I
One
think
of my good friends is also named
Caroline.
Carolyn. So yeah, one
Really?
of mine. Yeah, and I have a couple Carolyns in my life. So yeah.
Oh, maybe it's
My
more
middle
common
name
in
is Lynn.
Canada.
Fun fact. So it's
Oh.
like Carolyn, Megan, Lynn. So
It is.
I've never
Cool.
revealed that publicly. So you guys are all in the know now about my My
So
full name.
if we're upset with you, we'll say Megan Lynn Kaptein.
Yeah, that's definitely a mom move for sure. I haven't heard that in a long time. Luckily, I can say I haven't been in trouble with my mom in a while, but yeah,
I would hope
that's
not.
how.
Anonymous biker asked, "Does Megan ride with Hell Yeah Jenny? She's in Vancouver too."
Ooh, I've never heard of Hell Yeah Jenny. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
look her up. Hell
there
Yeah
you go.
Jenny.
Hell Yeah
That's
Jenny.
is that a YouTuber or a?
I don't know. I don't know her either.
Huh, okay, cool.
Hell Yeah
Well,
Jenny.
thanks for the flag. I always enjoy meeting meeting other riders in Vancouver, other female riders. There's quite a few. I'm part of a pretty big group of women riders here called the Litas, Vancouver.
Ooh, Letus is in Vancouver.
They're
Cool.
worldwide. It's a global collective of
Oh,
women
wow, I
riders.
didn't know that.
Yeah, there's probably one in
Cool.
your hood as well. Have you ever checked it out?
I have, but
Yeah.
yeah, I ride solo so often, so I've never joined on any of their events.
Yeah, I'm like mostly solo, but I do occasionally also also ride with in the group setting. Is this
I probably should.
Oh,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I looked
All
her
right,
up.
shout
Hell
out
Yeah
to
Jenny.
look at that. Jenny's
Oh,
like fully branded and everything. But
she
no
doesn't
videos
have
yet.
Anonymous. She ain't got no videos. Oh wait, yes she does. 2 videos.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Right on. Well,
A
thanks for
year
bringing that to
ago.
attention and shout out. Always nice to shout out other female content creators. So right on.
Oh, I can't. Her Instagram thing isn't working either. She may have disappeared, Anonymous. She may just have those 2 videos. I don't know where
Oh,
she
well,
can't find her. Well, I tried for the moment.
you did try. Appreciate the effort.
Okay. So Joseph Wagner. Oh, I guess we did touch on this. Megan rides a CBR 500, right?
X, not R, but same engine, different chassis.
And then Harmarsha asked, Megan Kaptein, have you rode in Saskatchewan? How do you pronounce that?
Oh, Saskatchewan. No, I haven't.
Saskatchewan.
And no disrespect to all you Saskatchewaners out there, but I don't have much of an inclination unless I'm doing a cross Canada. So it's kind of the middle. It's the prairies, the middle of the country, very flat farmland. Like I think I've been once as a kid with my family driving through, but I don't think it's really a rider's paradise. But if I ever do go through Saskatchewan, I'm sure whoever wrote that comment, I'm assuming that they live there, so I will come and say hi.
Actually, I don't know. Harmarsh, do you live in Saskatchewan? I see him in the side chat. He might.
I mean, it would be a pretty random question to ask if they had, unless they live there. But
yeah, I think he does actually. I'm pretty sure he does because I remember I sent him a picture once, mailed him, and I'm pretty sure I sent it to Saskatchewan.
It's not as flat as you think. All right, I'm being corrected here. My Canadian geography is being called out.
Art CMBDA. Megan was a model. So a couple people thought I was a model because I think my titling was confusing. So
well,
like,
you
no,
certainly could be, Carolyn. Not. I mean, you're essentially a model now. I mean, you're a motorcycle model.
I guess so. On my Instagram, I am.
Oh yeah, you sure are. Absolutely.
So a few more questions came up in the side chat. Fee asked, "Am I crazy, or did Megan not have a video documenting her first bike purchase in Canada or something like that with her dad, maybe?"
Yeah,
or am I tripping?
I mean, that was long before I started my YouTube channel. That was back in like 2014, or I think was my first bike. And I did not start my channel until 2019, so did not document that. But yeah, my first bike was a Kawasaki Ninja 500, 2009. And I did buy it with my dad. Good memory. Yeah, my dad told me it was on Vancouver Island, actually. It was where I got my first bike. My dad found it for me. And it was the woman who had sold it. Her dad was like selling it on her behalf. And my dad was like helping me find so it was like the 2 dads like, negotiating, and like, yeah, it was kind of fun. It was cool.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah. And then I did my first harrowing ride through Vancouver Island. I was so nervous at the time. But yeah, I didn't document that, unfortunately. I did mention briefly in one of my videos, so props to whoever caught that in my video.
Nice job, Fee. So Harmarsh does live in He lives in Saskatoon,
Okay, right on. Okay, shout outs, Canadian. Woohoo! Saskatoon, yeah.
Dinah Guy Greg says, "I love Canada."
Oh, thank you. I do too.
Joseph Wagner asks, "Are your parents okay with you both riding?" What do your parents
Mm.
think, Megan?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned, my dad is a rider. My dad
Mhm, mhm.
riding his whole life. I think my dad actually, I think he started riding in Saskatchewan as well. I think Saskatchewan,
Oh.
Alberta. I can't remember where he first started riding, but he was riding, I think, before he was in driving a car, which is kind of common, was common back then. So my dad's been riding his whole life, but he wasn't like hardcore or anything when I was a kid. He wasn't really riding, but my mom's kind of used to it. And her brother is my uncle who took me
Mhm.
around the Philippines. So my
Oh.
mom hates motorcycles and she hates the fact that, that I ride them, but she also knows how much joy it brings me. And
Yeah.
she does support my happiness. So I think she kind of
Mhm.
just sucks it up. And like, I think she prays for me often and she
Yeah,
just, and
my
she
mom
will always
too.
slip that, like, be careful. But she's never really tried to dissuade me. And my dad is all for it for obvious reasons. He just like loves that we can ride together and stuff. And
Yeah, that's
pretty
awesome.
cavalier about he's also just like, cool, yeah, my daughter rides. Doesn't really make a big thing. But yeah, my mom definitely hates it. So I respect the fact that
Mhm.
she's like managed to contain her hatred for the bikes and just support my joy. Is that similar with you, or what's your backstory?
Yeah, it's pretty similar. Although no one in my family rides. My dad used to ride. They're both my parents are from the Dominican Republic, so
Hmm.
it is very common there for
Hmm.
people uh
Yeah.
to ride motorcycles or mopeds, especially my parents too. They grew up pretty poor, so that was like just the main
Yeah.
transportation.
Totally.
But yeah, I don't think my mom if she has, I don't think she'd tell me, but I don't think she's ever been on even on the back of a motorcycle.
Mm.
Um, I'm not sure. Surely she must have just because she is
Yeah, in her
Dominican,
youth.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. But yeah, they were pretty worried. I am the youngest.
Hmm.
I noticed my family still thinks of me that way.
Yeah.
So like anytime one of my sisters specifically, anytime anything comes up about me doing something grown up like when I bought my first condo or started a business on YouTube and quit my office job
Mhm.
because it became sustainable enough. She's always like, "What?" She's just confused. She's
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
confused that I'm doing something grown up like. Um, so I think it's very weird to my family that I did this completely on my own and learned how to do it and have
Yeah.
gotten so into it, and, um and I think they are very worried too.
Yeah.
Uh, they
Yeah.
don't they definitely don't, like, try to convince me or against it or anything, and actually, as much as I could, I wouldn't, update my parents about it, so I kinda just let my
Mhm.
parents think, "I just have a motorcycle in my garage, but I never really ride it."
Mhm.
Uh, but unfortunately,
Yes.
now that I'm doing this full time,
Yeah.
the jig is up. They know I
Yeah,
do ride it.
exactly. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
My mom watches my YouTube regularly, so she'll discover things through my YouTube channel. Like, oh, I didn't know that happened to you. And
yeah.
yeah, I usually try to shield her from any close calls that I've had. But the other day, I had a
Mhm.
really close call with a deer, and
Ooh.
like frighteningly close, the closest I've ever come. I told my sisters we were doing a family camp trip, and I rolled up on my motorcycle and told my sister what happened. And then the next day, she told my mom. And my mom was like, "I heard what happened," and I was like, to my sister, why did you say something to her? And then she was like, I didn't know that she didn't know. And I was like, no, we don't mention these things to our parents. They don't
No,
need
we
to
try to
know.
hide it from them. No.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know,
So yeah.
I hope my mom hasn't looked on my YouTube channel again. She did I
Process.
really, really debated whether or not I should tell her that I was going on this road trip.
Mm,
Yeah, I
mm,
really debated if I should only tell her after the fact, but
mhm, mhm.
I didn't wanna risk her calling me in the middle of it and then being like, "So, what are you doing today?" And
Yeah.
then having to lie or be caught in the lie, and so I did tell
to-
her, and I did send her my itinerary, and I gave her
That's
a morning and evening update, uh, and
yeah.
midday when I could. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You know what I did for a
no
while
worries.
when I was in Southeast Asia, when I was traveling solo there, I would
Mhm.
put like my GPS location sharing on. So on like my WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
so they could, my family could follow along and see where I was.
Yes.
And because it's interesting in Southeast Asia, in a lot of places, you can, there's reception almost everywhere, and the data plans are insanely cheap compared to how they are in Canada. So, and here
Oh.
you run it like I mentioned, places can get very remote and you can very quickly lose reception and stuff. It's quite wild
Oh.
in a lot of BC. So, but in Asia, I mean, you have reception almost anywhere you go.
Oh.
Yeah, so I would just like flip on the location and let them see where I was. And
Wait,
I,
how do you? So I did that on this trip, but with Google Maps, but I could
oh,
only do one person at a time. How you did that? You shared your location with multiple people?
yeah, it was in the family chat in my WhatsApp group.
It was. Oh, but it was it through Google Maps that you used, or what did
No,
you
it was through
use?
the WhatsApp app.
Oh, you can share location through WhatsApp?
Yeah, you sure can.
Good to know. Okay, I have
Yeah,
WhatsApp, so
yeah,
I'll take advantage of that
there you go.
next time.
Yeah.
Good to know. Uh, okay, so a few more questions. We're
Mhm.
going over a little bit. Is that okay?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, if you guys are, if
Okay.
there's still people listening, then by all means, go.
Everyone is going to leave right at 9 o'clock. Well, I've still got a few questions saved. I got 3 questions
Oh,
saved from the side chat, and I saw a couple more. So let's see, maybe we can go a little bit more.
sure.
Um, Sky Cove asked, "Oh, hi from Vancouver."
Oh,
Sky
hello.
Cove is in Vancouver,
Hi.
and asked, "What's next for your channel, Megan?"
That is a very good question. I'm working through that right now.
Mm,
I'm on a full-time work contract right now, so unfortunately, I don't have much time right now to be working on my content. Sadly, I miss it a
mm.
lot, but
I know that feeling.
I know, and I think you and I kind of did reverse. Like you're no longer working in-house,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Congrats. That's huge.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I kind of switched.
It's
This
been
year I
good.
started full time in house. I'd been self-employed
Mhm,
before, so it's a little
mhm,
tricky. I have to work that out because I
mhm.
really miss doing content creation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
sure.
definitely will still continue with it, but to what extent,
Mhm.
I have to kind of figure that out. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to do, like, weekly videos and, like, a whole
oh,
season of
not a, ch- yeah,
videos when you're working full time.
yeah, I
Uh,
can't. Yeah, I cannot.
can I
Sadly.
ask can I ask on the live stream what you do full time?
Yeah, yeah, I'm in marketing communications.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That'll actually might probably come in handy with your content later on.
That it sure does. Yeah, it just sure does.
Mhm.
I'm doing like some social media stuff right now and various communication stuff. So I mean, it is nice that everything I've kind of done over the years, even though I mean, other than modeling, it doesn't really. I suppose it sort of maybe helps a little bit in some ways being comfortable on camera, but yeah, it's everything kind of ties in one way or another. So I'm looking at it as a bit of an investment financially and also hopefully from a skills perspective to be able
Oh,
to
yeah.
create better
Mhm.
content long term. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Nice. Um, and John Court asked, "Hi, Megan. As you have modeling experience, I was wondering how tall are you? And your videos are the most beautiful ever."
Oh, thank you, John. John is from New
John
Zealand.
Court.
Um,
Oh, I didn't know that.
I am 5'10", which oh, you know, American, you guys are all
You're
yeah,
tall.
I'm tall. Yeah.
Wow.
It's hard to tell in videos, especially when there's like if I'm alone, there's no contextual sort of marker. But yeah,
Yeah.
5'10", which is like I think 100
Whoa.
I don't know. Anybody know how much that is in centimeters? 180? I don't
Wait,
actually.
you know your I'm surprised you know your measurements or your height in
Yeah, we're
inches, but
weirdos in
are
Canada. We do heights in in feet, and then we do distance in kilometers. I don't know. We just kind of just
oh.
trying to please
So,
everybody, and yeah, it's
oh. So
silly.
I'm looking it up. I don't think this is right. I think I wrote it in wrong.
Five.
Um, 5'10", 155 centimeters. No, I don't think
No,
that's right.
no, that's not right. It would be at least
Let me put it in
178, maybe
inches.
182. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna convert this to inches instead. So I'll say 70 inches to centimeters. Okay, so 177.8 centimeters tall
Okay.
is Megan
There we go.
Kaptein.
There we go. Point 0.8 specific. There you go.
Ooh,
John,
and
there you go.
compared to me, I am 3.75 inches, and in centimeters, I am 161.92 centimeters tall.
There you go. I know you've done a few shorter
Mhm.
rider. So yeah, you and I have different challenges. Like my challenge is not with seat height; it's with like finding gear that's tall enough. Because I have a 34-inch,
Oh,
so finding
wow.
pants long enough is like it's a genuine challenge.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so I'm actually and some people in my comment section let me know I'm not that short, like, there's
yeah,
definitely shorter, but, um, short enough that I need short rider tips for the bikes that I want to ride. 'Cause
yeah.
I look
Fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'd if I was riding cruisers, I wouldn't be posting short rider tips because 'cause I'm like, "I'm flat foot, what do I need?" But I like to ride mid-level sport bikes and leader sport bikes or naked bikes.
Yeah.
So those usually come with me tiptoeing them. So I need those tips. So I share
No,
them
I
too.
hear you. Yeah, seat height is, I mean, I can imagine because I rode the Tenere briefly the other day and it was like, it was so tall and I loved it. It was really comfortable for me. But yeah, like I was like, this is great. But for you, would have probably been way too tall for you or like come to be comfortable. I'm not saying you couldn't ride it.
Tenere.
People
Yeah,
like
I
John
looked
know they can ride anything. So I'm sure you
yeah,
could, but it
thank
might
you.
take a
But
bit.
I would need some skills refining before I could for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I think I did look at that too as a possibility to ask at least to take it on this road trip. But I think the seat height is 34 inches.
It sounds about
Um,
right. Yeah. Yeah. It's
yeah,
really,
so
yeah.
so I was like, and it's like and it's not like a dirt bike light, it's like top it's like kinda heavier compared, so I'm like, I would probably drop that. I need to make sure I maybe wait until I get some training, some adventure bike
Mhm.
training with, like, Jocelyn Snow first.
Yeah, absolutely. She would
Um,
be an amazing person to learn from, I think.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, actually, I'm going to see her at end of October. I'm flying to
Ooh.
California to train with her.
Oh,
Hopefully,
that's
cross your
awesome.
fingers for me that the weather stays good so I can,
Right on.
um, so we keep that
Yeah,
going.
I will. You got this.
Thank you. Future Doodle is not invited to this live stream, y'all. That's so Future Doodle. I just that's like a kind of a character that I brought in my bike reviews because especially my first ride bike reviews, I just forget all the important specs and especially for first ride. So I just brought myself back in and sitting at
Right.
home on the computer cutting in with the correct information.
Yeah.
Um, and the comment section has liked her, so I have kept bringing her back.
I mean, personas are fun. Why not? Why not? I should
Yeah,
start
yeah.
having an alter ego of sorts.
I know. It's who I would like to be more like, but I just get too excited
Mhm,
a lot of times,
mhm.
so I'm just not that chill, not that
It's
cool.
hard. I mean, when you're filming and there's a lot of things to think about. So
It
I feel
is.
for
Thank
you.
you. Thank
Mhm.
you for the empathy.
Yeah.
And then R.A. Campbell Capel. So I think how about this? You know what? I'm gonna make this the last question unless anyone oh wait. No, someone else asked a question too. Maybe that'll be the last one. Okay, so R.A. Capel asked, Meg, have you ever ridden a supermoto?
No, I have not. I would love to. So many
Me
bikes.
neither.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can do that together. That would be a fun video.
That
Carolyn
would be.
ride supermotos?
Are Americans allowed in Canada right now?
Yeah, it's like yeah, you can. My cousin just visited me from Philadelphia, so totally.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been on what would you call it? Like a lot of trips booked to visit other YouTubers. Like
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
so I'm definitely taking notes. I'm like,
You
"Oh,
should. You'll love it
I'd
here.
love
I
to go to
think you
Canada."
will really love it. There's so much great riding here. I think
Oh.
it will, yeah, it'll rock your world when you see how beautiful it is here in BC.
I wanna come when it's warm. I get
Yeah,
cold easy.
yeah. End of spring or like I said, or end of summer next year would be a good time.
Cool. Okay, good. And maybe I'm just gonna look through the chat right now and look for
Okay, I'll help.
uh
All
any
right.
last questions. Let's see. Joseph asked, Megan, do you have any trips planned?
Um, no, at the moment, unfortunately, no. It's starting to get
She's
cold
busy
here.
with that
Just
with that work life.
work is all consuming right now. But
Mm.
yeah, I would hope to soon. Like yeah, I'm hoping to do like some small weekend trips still, but in terms of big trips and with COVID and everything, it's just kind of tricky. So, but hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I will keep you guys posted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a
Oh,
couple a couple here. We have
Okay.
Art Cambodia, Southeast Asia. My heritage is Cambodian. How was it to motorcycle there? I did a 2-wheel trip in Taiwan. Oh yeah, Taiwan. One of my good friends lives there. It looks like an amazing place. I did not ride in Cambodia actually. I've been in Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines and Indonesia, and Taiwan briefly, but I didn't ride there.
Oh.
So I
How do
unfortunately
you
speak to Cambodia.
did you how do you find a bike there? Do you just rent one or find one to borrow, or how did you do that?
Yeah.
Bikes when traveling abroad.
It's super easy to find bikes in Southeast Asia. They're everywhere. So
Oh.
like, yeah, they're everywhere.
You just take one? You just find one
Yeah,
and take it?
just bagged off the street. Yeah. They definitely range. I mean, if you can get like cheap scooters in Bali, they're like $5 a day for a scooter.
Oh, wow. So
And
you would just rent it for real cheap.
Oh yeah, super cheap. I mean, like you were saying about your parents in Dominican Republic, that's kind of how it is in most of Southeast Asia, where that's just the way people get around. And yeah, so you can rent, like you can kind of rent. There's usually a range. You can rent like cheapy scooters, or I did rent a Honda CB500X for part of my trip in Thailand, which was like totally overkill. You don't need such a big bike, but it was fun. But it was also expensive. But you can get like cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, like the 125 cc's.
Totally, which was amazing. Just the small bikes in Vietnam.
Oh yeah, I bet in those little and all those that traffic.
Yeah, totally. TD had asked about if I know Ryan F9. I don't know Ryan. I do know Anish though, who produced previously the videos for Fortnite.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and but I haven't met Ryan yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yet.
Okay, what else? Any other questions
here? How about eHiker1? Megan, dream ride location.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think Colombia is pretty high up there on my list right now. Yeah, Colombia would probably be one of my big ones. I'd love to eventually do a cross Canada trip as well, just because there's places in my own country I've never been to, and that'd be kind of nice too. I'd also like to go down the coast, down to California. I've done it in a car, but not on a bike, and I feel like that's a must as well. New Zealand is another one. Okay, guys, I just opened Pandora's box. Like, I hope you guys have a lot of time, because there's so many places.
She's gonna list all the countries in the world. Just
literally.
wait.
Exactly. There's a lot of places, yeah. But we'll start with those. And I would say, yeah, like Colombia. Oh, I also would really like to go to India as well.
You want to ride in India?
Yeah. Have you ever
in the city?
In the Himalayas? Yeah.
Not in the city.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be cool.
And also a good friend of mine, I was mentioning to you earlier, Rosie Gabriel's in Pakistan, and riding in Pakistan is also pretty phenomenal. So Pakistan would be cool too.
Oh yeah. Have you met Rosie Gabriel in person?
Oh yeah, she's a really good friend of mine. Yeah.
Oh cool. Oh, I didn't. Oh no, I think you guys went camping together. You had a video.
We did. Yeah, she's from BC as well. So we met her before she started her content, and then part of the Leadus that I was talking about, actually, we both went on one of those like Leadus rides, and then
cool.
Content. She's a big reason that I launched my content as well. She's been really inspiring and always been like a huge, supporter of just tell your story, and she's very creative and so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did we answer all the questions, or are there more still?
Let me double check. John Court asked if you've ever ridden in the UK.
No, I've been to the UK, but not on a bike. Yeah.
Mari asked, what maintenance do you do, and what do you leave to experts?
Ooh, good question. The basic stuff. Like I do my own oil change. I lube my own cables and my own chain, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about all. I did take a course a few years ago, like a motorcycle maintenance.
Nice.
Of the instructor. I did like
I need to do that.
More extensive, but like without like that supervision, I don't feel super great about doing it myself, anything major. And I have a friend of mine. She's awesome. She like has a little garage and her own shop in my neighborhood. So I'm just like, bring it there, and I trust her. She's awesome, so I just get her to do it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I do pretty much everything I let my shop do. I don't trust myself to do it right. I don't wanna hurt my bike by making a mistake.
Totally.
I clean and lube my own chain, but that's it.
How often do you lube your chain? Oh, man. Like, anybody who watched some of my earlier videos will see that I did not exercise great chain maintenance earlier in my riding career. I've since learned an expensive mistake because I had to change my chain and sprocket due to negligence. I'm pretty good about it now. I clean and lube my chain fairly frequently.
Oh, nice.
It really depends on like where I'm riding and like the conditions I'm riding in, if it gets like dirty and stuff, but fairly regularly. I kind of enjoy doing it, actually. It's sort of yeah.
I don't even remember the last time I did it. I must be way overdue.
Probably because you have so many bikes. You're like,
I know I have barely put enough miles on it on my own bike. But yeah, a subscriber sent me like something that he like made, like he like 3D printed this like little bowl thing that goes on the chain, and he like sent me a video of him like running. Basically, you like run the chain through a little bucket of water that just sits under the chain, and you attach it to the
I've seen that.
sprocket
Yeah,
called?
yeah, I've seen that.
He just like made it himself. So I really want to use that whenever I do get my bike
That's
back,
cool.
whenever that is.
I mean, that's a great idea. I'm all for these
I know,
kind of
right?
ingenious ideas. Yeah.
Yeah,
done.
and it'll make it quick. I haven't tried it yet, but I mean, the video he sent me, it was like he cleaned his own chain in like a minute, if that.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think we got all the questions.
Yeah. Okay. Hope we didn't miss anyone. If we did, yeah, if we did, you can shoot me a message on like Instagram or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, someone said thank you for the lovely evening, Carolyn and Megan. Yes. Thank you for being on here, Megan.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so glad you could come on here. So yeah, everybody, if you want to check out Megan's content, Megan Kaptein, that's where she is on YouTube and Instagram, megankaptein.com. Her YouTube is in the description, and you can see her name, I think, on the screen, right? It's not just showing on, yeah, it's showing on the screen. You can see it on the right under her face right there. Yeah. Any parting words, Megan?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much, Carolyn, and thank you to all the guests who joined us today for my first ever live stream. Hi, shout out please, Glenn, Roger Studio. Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, for participating, commenting, and asking questions. And yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime. Fun. Or maybe I'll have you on my channel one of these days too.
Ooh, sounds good.
Awesome.
Glad
yeah,
you could be here.
It was really nice to meet you.
I know.
One step closer to in-person meeting.
Yes, great to virtually meet you. Thanks for everyone for being here for Megan's first live on YouTube ever.
Yes, thank you so much. All right. Well, have a good night, everyone. And yeah, thanks again.
Good night. Bye-bye, everybody.